Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Today we're going to work on a canvas from the Dewdrops people, the Robin's Nest. I traced it around this 4x4 panel. I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to mount it onto this panel. Then we're going to coat it with some clear gesso. And I have Dilutions shimmer paints to use and some art crayons to use. So let's get going. First things first, we'll cut this down and adhere it to this panel. You could use a rotary cutter for this, ruler and craft knife, or just a long pair of scissors like I'm using. Then I'm just going to use matte medium and glue this down, and I'll probably go around it with a craft knife and trim it once it's dry, because I think I'm gonna need to do a little trimming, but it's not too bad of a fit. Okay, and look, I have some canvas scraps. Oh, I could keep those and maybe cut some flowers or something out. That would be fun. Okay, I'm gonna get this stuck down and we'll be back when it's dry. Alrighty, so our canvas is dry and stuck to our wooden panel. And I'm just going to take a heavy-duty craft knife and trim around this a little bit, because I do have a little bit of overhang. So I'm just going to trim a little. Oof, that didn't sound nice, did it? Sorry about that. Could probably use a new blade on this kiddo, but then I would have to find it. Put the top there. There we go. It's like a little right here. Along the entire thing. Must not have gotten it completely straight. There we go. Little string here. Ah, there. Okay. Now the next step is to put some clear gesso on here. Now when you get these canvases from the Robin's Nest, they actually suggest to spray it with hairspray if you're going to use ink or anything, because the print is water soluble. But I mean, for longevity purposes, I use gesso, not hairspray. And clear gesso in particular. So we're just going to cover the front of this. A little clear gesso. And you don't need a heavy coat, just a thin coat, just to give your inks and paints and things a little something to grab onto, and to keep the print from getting messed up when it gets a little wet by your mediums that you're using. Real thin application there. I tell you, these canvases are nice though. They're heavy. They're real heavy canvas, and they have a nice feel to them too. There we go. Now, since this is a thin coat, it won't take long to dry, maybe 10-15 minutes. Or you can be like me, who is impatient, and speed it up with a heat tool. For dry, and see the clear gesso doesn't affect the look of it or anything. Now if you run your hand across clear gesso, it's gritty. It feels like there's sand in it. So it's different than the white, but it works. Now there's a product out by Daniel Smith called Watercolor Ground. So if you wanted to watercolor this and have it look really nice and watercolory, I would get some of that. You can watercolor over the clear gesso. It just makes your watercolor look a little different. So I'm using Dylusions paints. We've got Bubblegum Pink, Shimmer Paint in the Pure Sunshine, Fresh Lime, Calypso Teal, and Blue Lagoon. And I'm going to use these thinned down a little bit. So we're going to use a little Blue Lagoon, a little Calypso Teal, I got it on my finger. I'm going to add water, and yes, I'm just using my water that's got the gesso in it from rinsing out my brush. And we're just going to paint this on. Very watery, watercolory. There we go. Put that in there. That was the Blue Lagoon. Now we're going to go in with Calypso Teal. Again, water it down. And just fill in a little. Closer to the flowers and things. And fill in our background. There we go. Oh, look at that. It's coming along nicely. And on initial, look, these two colors don't look different, but they are. And if you water them down, you get a little softer of a look for something like this. More water. I really love Diane's color palette. They're very bright, fun colors. She's got a lot more shimmer colors. I don't have them yet, but I want them in my collection. how's that for a nice dreamy background, right? It's like a nice sky. It's not just a flat color. There we go. And then we're going to move on to the lime green for the leaves. That's probably too much, but that's how I roll. And again, I'm watering it down. Isn't that green pretty? I might even put a little bit of it outside of the flowers, because why not? More over here. There we go. And then some pink for our flowers. And I just got green paint on my pink paint bottle. Now this is a very intense color. This is like a magenta. You're just going to paint along. Use whatever acrylic paint you have in your stash. Just remember to water them down so you don't overpower the printed design on this canvas. Two flowers almost in. And then third flower. How cute is this little flower? Its little upturned face. How cute. And then we just need a little bit of the orange shimmer for the flower centers. I'm not going to water it down because it's not going over any lines. and I can keep it shimmery. Now, if you're like me and you can't paint, I mean, you can't draw, but you really like to paint things that look like little paintings, these canvases are fantastic. I mean, seriously, how cute. Does this not just scream summertime? I want to put a focal point word on here, and I chose Dream Big. I think I'm going to put it about there. And this is a Tim Holtz quote chip from his Ideology line. I want to paint the edge because it's raw chipboard, and I think we're going to do it in the blue so it kind of blends into the background a little. Just a little. Just so it's not raw. Now, you don't want to use your tape runner or anything like that to stick this on. You want to use something a little heavy duty. I think I'm just going to use Bear Glue. I think that will work, but you could get your hot glue gun out. Probably tacky glue, like if you weight it down while it dries, would work. Maybe even something like glossy accents or, you know, something like that. And then we're going to put this right here. Dream Big. So you can't have a project from the Robin's Nest without some dewdrops on it, right? So I got some of the metallics out. And a little shake. And what I think I want is the small ones. So we'll get a little, and I'm going to put them on the dots. At least a few, maybe not all the dots, but a few of the dots. And I just lost that. So we'll put one there for sure. And one there. Gold one. Ooh, yes. A little gold on here, a little silver. Come on. That's where I want you, right there. How cute, right? And then one here. A little silver on there. Mix them up. Silver on here. the little gold one. I don't know if it's going to fit there. Let's see. No, it's going to go off, so we'll put it here. I don't want it hanging off the edge. That'll be weird. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Open this up. Put the rest back. Now, dewdrops come in really cute little jars, but I was running out of space. So I moved them from their jars to the bead containers. And I thought I'd add some clear sequins. I like to mix dewdrops and sequins. I like the look of them together. But sometimes you don't really need them, the sequins. But let's see. I picked out these white iridescent ones. Oh, maybe. Maybe I do. Okay. We'll put one here. That one's upside down. They won't stick if they're upside down. And there, there, and there. Of course, these are flat. These aren't cup ones. So it doesn't matter. But I have had cup ones that I picked them up upside down and then I picked my project up and I'm like, what? Why? Because they don't stick upside down. There's a little tidbit for you for today. Let's add a couple more here. Here. This is turning out to be quite dimensional. And I'm here for it. Okay. Maybe put one here. Then one here. Couple more. All right, what do we think? So we have a canvas from the Robin's Nest, some dewdrops from the Robin's Nest, paints from Dilutions, Diane Reevely, word chip from Tim Holtz, sequins from who knows where, little wooden panel. And I'm not doing anything to the back because it stayed clean. If it had gotten messy, I would have covered it with old book paper or something. I think this would be really cute sitting on a little easel. Or if you wanted to hang it, you know, you could glue some ribbon here and here at the back and make a hanger. Or you could even drill through it and tie your ribbon and knots in the front. That would be cute too. But yeah, she's done. She's done. Remember, be excellent to each other and go make something. Bye.